White Noise is a movie released in 2005 starring Michael Keaton and directed by Jeffrey Sachs. Now, this movie is one that I really do enjoy. I have enjoyed it ever since I first watched it, and it's one I keep coming back to again and again whenever it's time to get a cheap scare. I really like the fact it's something sort of quite unique in the fact that it's focused in on what we can hear rather than what we can see. And I do like the whole story behind and like all the mythology behind EVP, electronic voice phenomenon. I think that's really intriguing and something that, I do believe in as well as a personal preference, but even so, it is a very interesting story that comes along with it. So this movie is centered around Jonathan Rivers, who is played by Michael Keaton, a successful architect who seems to have everything in his private life in a very good place. He has got a kid from a previous marriage who he still sees regularly. He has got a new wife and she's just revealed that she's pregnant. So everything is all thumbs up on his side of it until, unfortunately, his wife goes missing and is found dead. He is then left with unanswered questions about why did this happen, what caused it, what happened, why am I now without my wife and also my unborn child? And that lack of closure is what prompts him to then seek out answers through other means. So Jonathan then starts going down the route of EVP to try and reach out beyond the grave and make contact with his now dead wife to try and get those answers that he so desperately needs. And as he starts going down this route, you can see that he becomes more and more obsessed with trying to find those answers to the point he starts neglecting the other things that are going on in his life, such as his job and, more importantly, his son. His relationship with his son almost breaks down to it being almost non existent. And that is quite an interesting topic in itself. The fact of chasing after something that you've lost is causing you to now lose what you have already. And it's a very, very tragic story behind it. Now, unfortunately for Jonathan, what he also discovers is that by meddling in this world, it brings him to the attention of some malevolent spirits that are essentially trying to bring about a lot of pain and misery in the world. And yeah, unfortunately, he then ends up becoming the target of their sinister actions. But that is essentially where we are with that movie. This movie is genuinely terrifying just purely because of how well it lulls you into a false sense of security. It brings you in thinking that everything is all fine and well, and then delivers an absolute hammer blow or a sucker punch to you to the point where you're just then terrified and you don't know what to expect next. And that feeling of unsurety and, you know, uncertainness behind of what's coming next is a really, really horrible feeling to have, but in a good way for a horror movie. And that is all aided by the very good effects in this, in the sort of very good audio effects that come with it with regards to the EVP itself, but also the sudden shifts in the sort of calm, static sound that he's basically comfortable with, and then suddenly the immediate sort of shocking and jarring screaming noises that come out almost immediately that just interrupt that and scare you. But the strength of this movie is the story behind it. Like I said, the tragedy of somebody sort of just wanting the answers behind something he's lost and therefore ignoring everything he does have, that is, yeah, tragic in itself. But what's more tragic is the level of obsession that obviously he delves into to then discover that actually his wife's death wasn't just a mere accident, it was something that was planned and orchestrated. And yeah, it's quite, I mean, it is a very, very interesting movie, I have to say. Michael Keaton's performance in this is absolutely fantastic as well. The way he portrays the idea of somebody so consumed with trying to get the answers and the closure that that he needs to move on. And, you just see him I think the best thing that he managed to convey is just a feeling of pure frustration and desperation in his performance, and it is just absolutely fantastic the way he delivers that. And throughout this movie, Jonathan is essentially warned by a lot of people not to meddle, not to go any further in this. Those warnings are bad enough, but some of the people who are given these warnings end up dead as well. But nothing deters him because he's so obsessed with getting the answers that he continues down this route and almost interprets the fact that these people are dead to tell him he's getting closer and closer. Unfortunately, that results in the ending that we get. And it is quite a good payoff considering that everything that's been, all the seeds that have been sort of sown throughout, all the breadcrumbs that have been laid leading up to that point. Overall, I love this movie. I have a really good time watching it, and I think the story is so strong that even without the horror element, it'd be a very good movie. The horror element is done so well that it does generally like scare me. It does generally terrify me, and so for that reason, I have to give it 4 stars. So that was my review of White Noise. Have you guys seen it? What did you guys think about it? Whatever you guys thought, please pop it in the comment section below. As always, thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be back with another one shortly, but until then, you guys take it easy, and I'll catch you on the next one.